So I just want to go through the markets that you're in. I'd love just a sentence or two on each one, or kind of what you think about each one.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Talk about Dallas. What do you think of Dallas right now?
Well, Dallas, obviously, hyper competitive market.
Yes.
It's a great destination market, though.
Yeah.
What's great about Dallas is, new demand shows up here every year. And because of that, there's plenty of business. So, it's been a market. It's still our largest market.
Yep.
And we still do very well in Dallas.
Yep.
And obviously, we're building a brand new facility in Plano.
Yeah.
So we continue to believe in the market. But very competitive market, but very deep market.
Yeah, and I think the cost components here are very attractive. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, very reasonable. Minneapolis, home of the Super Bowl.
Exactly. No, Minneapolis is your classic kind of secondary market. Still a lot of enterprise outsourcing that hasn't occurred.
Yes.
A limited number of competitors.
Yep.
And a market that, we think will be a solid growth market for us.
I think the business demand in that market always surprised me when I was with CBRE and we do business development stuff. It always surprised the number of enterprise headquarters that were in Minneapolis, and I think it's a good example of put qualified data center operators in a market, and you'll start to see
create demand.
Yes, I mean that is a perfect picture of that. Kansas City
is a great market for us. Obviously, as you mentioned, it's an original Arcelon market. A lot of corps in that market as well. We're actually about to announce a new data center build in that market because our two locations are nearing capacity. Solid market, good edge market, given its kind of geographic presence right there in the middle of the country. So, good all around secondary market.
You got into Salt Lake with an acquisition, but talk about Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake's a really great market for us. It was our best performing market last year.
Interesting.
And what Salt Lake is starting to become is a legitimate alternative to, Vegas and to Phoenix.
Yeah, sure.
So we see a lot of demand from California businesses in the Salt Lake market. Very attractive climate, very attractive power costs. In good proximity, good fiber connectivity. And, for a lot of people, what would you rather do? Go visit your infrastructure in a desert or go visit your infrastructure where you can go skiing on the weekend? So, as you know, data center decisions, there's an element that's personable. And, we think that also helps that market.
Yeah, what about Cleveland?
Cleveland is a new market for us. It's a 365. We acquired an interconnection point in that market. We like that market as well. The whole Cleveland, Columbus, Ohio is a very strong, growing state. We think there's more opportunity there. We haven't made a second investment in that market yet, so we're still kind of, soaking in the market dynamic there. But we think we're positive on that market.
That was another market too. That in Columbus, the amount of business headquarters that are there too is surprising. I mean, there's a number of well-known companies that have very large footprints there. What about Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh is one of my favorite markets. Pittsburgh is, you can just sense the kind of transformation that's happened in that market from, an old Rust Belt type city to a technology city. I mean, Pittsburgh is the home of autonomous vehicle development. So you go to Pittsburgh and all you see is, cars from Uber and Waymo and others driving around the city. Carnegie Mellon has more robots on its campus than people. It's one of the one of the kind of key areas in America where robotics is and robotics research is happening. We really like that market. We see a lot of new technology formation in that market. We see all these kind of trends around autonomous vehicles, around robotics, around medical and biomedical research, and so we're very bullish on Pittsburgh.